I hope you read the article in PGurus.com about NIA conducting raids at 12 different locations in Jammu and Kashmir. You read this thing along with the article that appeared in the Sunday Garden Live, and you get a feeling about how widespread the network of terror outfits is in J&K and in the rest of India, and how it is being funded by several organizations, many of which are in the United States. We're going to just take a look at those operating out of United States in the garb of NGOs trying to feed radical Islam all over India. This is a fairly hot topic, and I'm hoping that you will like this video right away and also subscribe to our channel if you've not already done so. I'm just going to read one paragraph from the article that appeared in pgurus.com. The newly floated, there are new outfits coming up being probed by NIA include the Resistance Front, TRF, United Liberation Front Jammu and Kashmir, ULF J&K, Mujahideen Ghazwatul Hind, MGH, Jammu and Kashmir Freedom Fighters, JKFF, Kashmir Tigers, PAAF, and others. These outfits are affiliated with Pak-backed organizations like Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizbul Mujahideen, Al-Badr, Al-Qaeda, etc., which have been banned by the government of India. See, this death by 1,000 Kurds, Pakistan has really taken it to the extreme. And you are seeing now, not only Pakistan, but many Islamic countries are, covertly funding all these things. Because remember, I have done a lot of episodes on, the links of equality labs and IAMC, ISNA, I call them as alphabet soup organizations. Guess what? These people are also linked with what is happening in India. So expect a series of articles, a lot more sensational stuff coming your way. So let's take a quick look at all the different organizations that have been caught. And the ones that we are concentrating are the ones that operate out of North America. So you get the idea, right? To start with, I have identified 4. Islamic Medical Association of North America, IMANA, Islamic Circle of North America, ICNA, Islamic Society of North America, Islamic Relief USA. Do you see this template being played out in India also? I just read out a bunch of new terror organizations in Jammu and Kashmir, right? Don't you see again, same kind of alphabet soup formations? Well, we are going to take a look at all these organizations and how they have been funding covertly many agencies in India. And IMANA, I've already done a detailed video on that one. I'll try and put that link in this description section. So those of you who have not read about what happened with IMANA, you can watch that video to find out. So let's go. First, there is another organization called Muslim Aid. It's a Jamaat-e-Islami charity headquartered in Britain, but operates a wealthy US branch. Best part is, the person who is the founder of this has been sentenced to death in absentia, and he was found guilty of genocide in the 1971 Bangladesh massacre of Hindus. This guy has been convicted by a court in Bangladesh. And still, this is the person who's the founder of Muslim Aid. And there are other people who have equally colorful characters. Manzar Ahsan, best known for coordinating Islamic riots in the UK against novelist Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie, for those who don't know, was born around 12 midnight 1947, the same time that India became independent. He was born in Mumbai, and he wrote a book called Midnight's Children, which was a Booker Award, I think Booker Award winner, if I remember correctly. Anyway, so in Pakistan, branches of Muslim Aid partner with Al-Khidmat, the charitable arm of Jamaat-e-Islami. See, now this whole circle comes through again and again. Somewhere along the line, you will find the funding coming from the West. Then the connection is with terror organizations based in Pak, and then they are operating almost with impunity in India. And the crackdown has just started. I'm still in Muslim Aid. In 2010, Muslim Aid was found to be a funding front for designated Palestinian terrorist groups. In addition, Chris Blackburn, who is a well-known analyst, he has reported that Muslim Aid's Australian branch once supported jihadist funding organizations in Indonesia, and that Spanish police declared that Muslim Aid financed jihadists in Bosnia in the 1990s. Today, despite its terror ties and radical origins, branches of Muslim Aid work openly in India. The US branch claims to fund projects across the country. Meanwhile, a dedicated Indian branch of Muslim Aid is managed out of Hyderabad and is also involved with entities in the United Kingdom controlled by Islamic fugitive Zakir Naik of Peace TV. Now, the next one, Helping Hand for Relief and Development. This is a humanitarian aid arm of the Islamic Circle of North America. I put that logo here so you can connect the dots. What does it do? In 2017, the Middle East Forum revealed that HHRD had organized a conference at a government-run college in Pakistan in collaboration with the charitable and political wings of Pakistani terrorist organization 𝙒𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤, Jamaat-e-Islami, 𝙒𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤, and a few other units that are operating with impunity in Pakistan. Will keep crisscrossing this presentation so you know how this network is operating. Multiple congressional investigations have taken place so far. HHRD has also partnered with Jamaat-e-Islami's terror-tied Al-Khidmat branch at least 214 times, not once, not twice. And in the United States, HHRD and its parent, ICNA, remember I told you about ICNA, there you go. These two are key components of a powerful anti-India activism network and enjoy close relations with Pakistan's terror-tied ambassador Masood Khan. You know, ICNA, ISNA, many democratic political leaders, including the big boss Bernie Sanders and people like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, all of them have taken money and they have even come to their conferences and derided India many times. So I'm not even going to go through the number of times Mr. Bernie Sanders, who was a presidential candidate, has talked about the minorities in India being in fear. This has been a lie they have been perpetrating. Anyway, I don't want to use bad words today. Despite all this, HHRD operates across India. In its 2019 tax return, HHRD claimed to have spent $700,000 in the country that year on projects such as orphan support, a rather traditional charitable activity for a terror-tied Islamic organization. The next one, Islamic Relief USA. Islamic Relief is a leading charitable institution of the Ikhwan al-Muslimin, better known as Muslim Brotherhood. Founded in the United Kingdom, the US branch is among the franchise's richest, raising over $100 million in annual revenue. In recent years, Islamic Relief has been denounced by several European and Islamic governments because of the extremism of its officials and its long reported history of close ties to Hamas and other designated terrorist groups. I mean, in 2020, the US State Department warned about the blatant and horrifying anti-Semitism and glorification of violence exhibited at the most senior levels of Islamic Relief worldwide. This was just, I think, in the waning Trump days. Of course, now under Biden, nothing is coming out. In 2017, Islamic Relief as well as HHRD and Muslim Aid took part in a charitable delegation for Pakistan, all of them together now, right? Organized by a Turkish regime umbrella organization called the Union of NGOs of the Islamic World. These charity officials, alongside other terror-tied groups, visited the offices of Al-Khidmat as well as the head office of Jamaat-e-Islami Pakistan, where they met with leaders of Jamaat-e-Islami Pakistan. In 2019 tax return, the US branch of Islamic Relief claims to have spent almost $1 million on activities in India, including once again on orphan sponsorship. Now, this is all the tip of the iceberg. There are plenty of additional US charities operating in India that work to support international Islamist networks. Indian Muslim Relief and Charities, for instance, operates almost entirely in India, distributing more than 7 million to other organizations in India in 2020. And here comes the story about Islamic Society of North America. As noted by Abha Shankar at the Investigative Project on Terrorism, IMRC works closely with US Islamist organizations such as the Islamic Society of North America to campaign against India's Hindutva regime. Indeed, ISNA and IMRC share senior officials. In 2018, the Canadian branch of ISNA was fined by the Canadian government for reportedly funding proxies for Hizbul Mujahideen. Other Islamist charities operating in India include the Zakat Foundation of America, which is aligned closely with the Turkish regime. Zakat Foundation founder Halil Demir previously worked for the Benevolence International Foundation, a major funder of jihad shut down by the US government in 2002. As if all this is not enough, there are other charities such as the Baitul Mal, or Baitul Mal I should say, which also claims to operate in India. This Texas-based charity openly funds terrorist proxies in Gaza and is currently run by Mazen Mokhtar, a former fundraiser for the Taliban and other jihadist groups. One of the key lessons from tackling terror finance after 9/11 was that so much of the ideological fervor that drives radicalization and jihad around the world is paid for and organized through the non-profit system. Various charities funded by hostile foreign regimes and enormous non-profit financial networks serve as the flagship institutions for global Islamic movements such as Jamaat-e-Islami, the Muslim Brotherhood, and various Salafi and Deobandi movements. These institutions play a much more significant role than radical mosques or secretive cells in the global propagation of terror and hate. The problem with all this, Europe and the United States are really slow to realize what kind of damage this kind of an infrastructure can do. India, in contrast, has got some action going, but what has to happen is that it needs to cut off what is coming from the United States. We don't know what kind of arm twisting is going on people to try and cough up the zakat, which could be as high as I'm hearing 10, even 20, or even 30% of somebody's earnings. So this is serious stuff. Why somebody is being asked to do these kinds of donations, I don't know. But my bigger concern is all this money is being gathered in the name of charity, but it is being used to distribute hate. That is the problem. Suddenly, after the Nupur Sharma, so many people got eliminated because most of them were taken care of financially. So they didn't have the fear that what happens if they die. I mean, this has been going on again and again and again and again. My book, Who Painted My Money White, shows you one other way the funding happened to all these things. So you know that India is up against it. Perhaps that's why India is being a little bit faster to respond to all these things. I hope the West picks up the cue and starts acting fast too. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.